والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Does anybody have any questions from the homework? No? Everyone did it?
I need one more day.
One more day? You had
Because
to.
I don't have chance yesterday. I went home at 9 o'clock.
You gotta do it early morning. Early morning gets the worm. Early bird gets the worm. Early morning. If you were confused or if you didn't understand it, then speak up. Because I don't want to go over all of these. We want to finish lesson 10 today, and then on Friday we'll do an exercise activity with lesson 11. So look over it. Lesson 10 exercise. We had the homework was exercise 1, 2, and 3, right? So, no, not today. So hopefully on Friday. Okay, so actually before we go on with lesson 10, let's just review the pronouns, right? So these are the standalone pronouns, right? So the ones that are by themselves. Who wants to start us off? Brother Afnan. So you lead and everybody follow him. Ready? Hua. Hua after hua is huma. Hum.
Yeah.
Huma. Anta. Antuma. Antum. Anti. Antuma. Antuna. Ana. Nahnu. Okay. Everyone do that all day on Tuesday?
Yes, I did that song.
Oh, the written one, okay.
How do I say it? Like, we are in the class.
How do you say we?
We.
Nahnu. How do you say in? Fil. Fasl. Yeah. Alright. And then, so we did the standalone pronouns, right? So we did, what's the one for hua? Hua is just who. And then for huma, it's huma. For hum, it's hum. For hiya, it's ha. For huma, huma. And for hunna, it's hunna. And then for anta, it's ka. And antuma is kuma. And antum is and anti is antuma is the same. And then antunna is kunna. And then for ana is
I have a question on that. So is it ever going to be like yeah, or is it e, or it just means it means to
this is called ya mutakallim, the personal ya. So it will be just attached to the noun or the preposition.
so the letter that comes before this one it's always just going to make it a kasra and then it extends it like a long vowel.
Yeah. So what happens is if you have something like layl, layl means brother Anwar bird, and I want to say my bird, and I add a ya mutakallim, it will bring down, or let's say instead of tayyun, say tayyib. So what will happen is that it will take whatever is the last on the last letter and just drag it down. Like we said, think of it like an anchor. It just brings everything down. It's not going to become a kasra. It's just going to sound with a ya. Okay, so just that you're not gonna hear the pronunciation of Tayru, right? If it was Tay, right? So it's just gonna just bring down that last vowel.
So I mean, would it be like
Tay,
value, not
Tayri, Baiti, Bitti, all of those. Sayyarati, whatever is that last letter on the noun, is just gonna get pulled down.
that's what I'm saying. So it's like value or value.
No, Tayri.
I believe so. Cancel.
Yeah, you're not gonna pronounce and whatever is on the last letter.
So will we put a cancel there or no cancel?
You can put a kasra there, it's fine, yeah, but it's just to make the pronunciation. If you put a dhamma there, people are gonna pronounce it weird. Tayri. And then for nahnu, it's nah. Actually, so I gave whoever was here last Friday the sheets, right, for the column. So let's go ahead and fill these out. Who doesn't have one? So, you have one? You have one? All right. So let's go down all these, and then we'll talk about the prepositions too. So the first empty column, I think you guys should have filled it out, right? So the look at the top of the first empty column. It says Kitabu Muhammadin. What's Kitabu Muhammadin? What is it grammatically? Mudaf and mudaf ilayhi, right? So your mudaf, your object being possessed is Kitabu, and the possessor is Muhammadin. So it's no different when you have attached pronouns. So if I say book of Muhammad and I say his book, it's the same, mudaf and mudaf ilayhi. If I say kitabuhu, where's my mudaf? Kitabu, that's my mudaf. And what's my mudaf ilayhi? Hu, right? Kitabuhu. So right up till here is my mudaf. And this is my mudaf ilayhi.
So that's still considered definite.
Yes. Kitabu is definite. Just like mudaf ilayhi. It's definite. Okay? So let's go down the list. So for huwa, it's kitabu hu. And then the one below that is kitabu huma. Huma. Kitabu hum. Next one kitabu ha. Kitabu huma. We're on the fifth one. Sixth one kitabu hunna. Their book, and it's a group of females. Okay, now it's second person. Your book is kitabu. Yeah, your two book is kitabu huma. And then yours book, all of you, kitabukum. Kitabukum. Alright, now if I'm talking to a sister, kitabu ki, and two sisters, kitabu huma, and a group of sisters, kitabu hunna. How do I say my book? Kitabi. And our book? Kitabuna. Alright, the second blank column, it says fi kitabi Muhammadin. So what changed from kitabu Muhammadin to fi kitabi Muhammadin? Look at the top of those two columns. Kitabu Muhammadin, Muhammad's book, became fi kitabi Muhammadin. What changed to kasra? The kitabu became kitabi, and why is that? It's a harf jar, right? Fi is a harf jar, it's a preposition, so the ism becomes majroor. So the same thing happens when you have attached pronouns, right? So his book, now if I say in his book, fi, then this dhamma, the bu is going to become fi. Okay? Now, the other change that happens is that instead of fi kitabihu, we said the phonetic rule is it changes to fi kitabihi, and we said it only happens for uh, these five. It only happens for these five that the ha with a dhamma changes the sound to kasra. Okay, and the rule is that that's going to happen whenever you have so you have a kasra or a ya. Okay, so if the letter before these five attached pronouns is a ya or a kasra, so I'm going to write the formula, followed by hu, huma, hum, hunna. I'm writing this right to left. Okay. So when you see something having a ya with a sukoon, ya with a sukoon, or a kasra, followed by these five. It's five, but I wrote four because huma is repeated twice. Um, what's going to happen is that the hu is going to change to he, and the huma is going to change to hima, and the hum is going to change to him, and then the hunna is going to change to hinna. So that's the formula. Um, okay. So let's go down this second column. So we're going to say in his book. It's going to sound fi kitabi he. We're going to say he. All right. Next one for Huma is brother Afnan. Fi fi kitabi hima. Good. In their book. Talking about two of them. Next one, brother Abu Jalil. So you're trying to say in their book for whom? Fi kitabi him. Fi kitabi. Why? Because kitabi, that last ba has a kasra. So the hum becomes him. Fi kitabi him. Alright, what's it going to be for hiya, brother Afnan? In, in her book. We're trying to say in her book. Fi kitabiha. So the hiya does not change just because you have a kasra or a. Does everybody get that? What is the next one, brother Anwar? For Huma.
For Huma, fi kitab, kitabi, Huma.
It's going to be here, right? So it's going to change to hima. It's going to be fi kitabi.
Kitabi, Huma. No, Hima.
Hima.
Yeah.
Fi kitabi hima in their book. So the huma becomes hima. Okay. The next one, Sister Tahira, in their book talking about Abu Bakr. Fi kitabi hima. So they want you to write fi kitabi he, fi kitabi hima. You got that all the way down. Okay. How do you say in your book talking to a brother, Sister Shalene? Next one. In your book. So look at the attached pronoun right here. It's ka, right? So you attach that to fi kita. Instead of buka, it's going to be bika. So the fi makes the kitabu kitabi, and the ka stays the same. So any of these change. So fi kitabi ka. Okay. Next one, Sister Alia, in your book, talking to two brothers. Fi kitabi kuma. The kuma does not change. It space kuma. Does not, don't say kima. Okay? Fi kitabikuma. Okay? Next one, Brother Afnan, in your book, all of you.
You as like male or
For the kum. Fi kitabikum. Okay, let's do the last four, five. Fi, for anti, it's fi kitabi. Fi. For antuma, it's fi kitabi. Kuma. And then for antuna, it's fi kitabi. Kunna. Don't say kinna. Okay? So this one for yeah, right? So how would that sound? Kitabi. So I'm doing kitabi. So yeah, with the sukun. Kitabi.
isn't it like you have to put
What? So the shadda. When a word, yeah, so read the note. It says when a word ends with ya with a sukun, and we attach a ya to the pronoun, it results in ya with two shadda. We're gonna see that it's not in this case because my book is just kitab, right? And in my book is the same kitab. But when we go to the ila and the ala, we're gonna see how the shadda. Okay, what's in our book? Fi kitabina. Fi kitabina. So we learned that when you attach a pronoun to a noun, what do you get? Grammatically, this is called a mudaf and mudaf ilayh, right? Mudaf and mudaf ilayh. So the pronoun, any of these attached pronouns, joins a noun, any noun, you get mudaf and mudaf ilayh. Okay. Now we're going to join these pronouns to prepositions. So you see the next four columns: min, ila, fi, ala. So all of these, so this is pronoun plus noun equals mudaf and mudaf ilayh. All right. Now, when you have something like ila, ila means to or towards, right? So usually, when it's just standing by itself, you don't pronounce the ya, right? You say ila. But when you're gonna add um, let's work with ala. When you add, but it's really the same thing, right? So when you add any of these pronouns, you're going to open up the ya. So the ya is gonna come out, and you're gonna put dots on it. So you're gonna get alay, and if I have who, maybe that was a bad example. So usually, so technically it's alayhu, but what does it become and why? So we said these five ones, when there's a ya with a sukoon followed by any of these five, then it becomes a kasra. So instead of alayhu, it's alayhi. What about all of you? What's if I have ala and then I want to add kum to it, like I'm addressing all of you? Alaykum. Assalamu alaykum. Right? So you say assalamu. Okay. Is this complete sentence? Yes.
Yes.
The peace on you. The peace on you. Where's your mubtada? As-salam, the peace, right? Or peace or greetings. Yes. Yeah, because you say wa alaykum assalam. So you're doing the same thing, but you're reversing the mubtada. So this is your mubtada, right? And this is your khabar. Wa alaykum assalam reverses the mubtada and khabar. So you're saying wa alaykum, and upon you is peace. So you're going to see that in the Quran.
So that is the khabar will be mubtada.
No, just
Wa
because
alaykum assalam.
the khabar will can come in the beginning of the sentence, and then you could have your mubtada like 5-6 lines down. So you just that's why we're learning now the mubtada and the khabar, because they're not going to be in order. They don't have to be in order. In English, right? You say, in the house is a table, okay? Or you can say a table is in the house. Are they both correct? Yes. Right? So the subject is a table, and then the predicate is in the house. But you can switch it around and say in the house is a table. But it doesn't mean you switch the actual. Yeah. You don't switch the actual subject and predicate. So in Arabic, there's a lot of that. Assalamu alaikum wa alaikum assalam. Mubtada khabar switches. Okay. But the point is that when you attach a pronoun attaches to a preposition, what do you get? What happened when you had ala Muhammadin? What is this in called? Jarun wa majrur. Right? This is called jarun wa majrur. Because you have your harf jar and then your ism majrur, right? So this is the same thing. Jarun and majrur. And believe it or not, the Ustad, he made a song about this. So he started off saying, when the pronoun joins the noun, you get mudaf ilayhi. When the pronoun joins preposition, you get jarun wa majrurun. That's
Subhanallah. Nice, beautiful song.
Just remember that with that song. Okay, when the pronoun joins the noun, remember you think you play it over and over again.
So when the pronoun combined with the preposition, then it's called jarun.
All right, let's go down this row quick. From min who. So we're just doing the attachments now. All right, everyone, let's start. We'll go together. Ready? Start. Min who, min huma, min hum, min ha, min huma, min hunna, min ka, min kuma, min kum, min ki, min kuma, min kunna, minni, minna. Minni, minna. From me and from us. Minni, minna.
This word is called sinni.
Sinni?
Sinni in our country. When you give something, what called sinni? Sinni. Halwa.
I don't know what that means.
No, it has some chickpeas.
Teacher the teacher who teaches in LQ Turin,
Yeah.
he always gives this example.
Halwa puri.
Halwa puri, but sometimes they have hard chickpeas.
I know. You have to boil them. Okay, so the second row is ila, right? And we said when you have, so with ila and you have the ya gonna open up. So with these 5 examples, you're going to have, instead of ilayhu, so the first one is going to be ilayhi, and then for the second one, it's going to be ilayhima, 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 and then for hum, it's going to be ilayhim, and then for for hiya, it's going to be ilayha. That's not going to change. You're not going to say ilayhi or something. Ilayha, and then for huma, it's going to be ilayhima, hima. We're on ilah. And then for hunna, it's going to be ilayhinna. Alright?
When you went to something like that at the bottom,
That we're going to come to that. So when we come to the ya, right? How do you say to me? So instead of, you would have ilay, right? And then ya. So this has sukoon and this has sukoon. In Arabic, you cannot have two sukoons meeting together. So this sukoon, the second sukoon changes to a fatha. How does that sound? Ilayya. So this is written with a shadda, with 2 dots. Ilayya. So the 2 sukoons, because they come together to me, I just make one of the sukoons fatha.
is that a rule for the factor that we're coming across? Like
Whenever, no. So when we come across 2 sukoons, there's some. It's going to be different changes. And for ila and for ala, it's this case where you have where the ya becomes shadda. Shadda. Ilayya. Allah says wa ilayya marji'ukum. Allah says to me, marji' is a place of return. Marji'ukum is your place of return. So Allah says, wa ilayya marji'ukum. To me is your place of return. It's in the Quran twice. Okay. At least I'm sure that's what it sure in the source I read. But ilayya is in there. Ilayka is in there too, right? What's to you? Wa ilaykal masir. Ilaykal masir. Alright, let's go down the ilah. So ilay for the first one. Ilayhi. Alright, keep going. Ilayhima, ilayhim, ilayha, ilayhima, ilayhinna, ilayka, ilaykuma, ilaykum, ilayki, ilaykuma, ilaykunna, ilayya, ilayna. So ilayya to me and ilayna is to us. Okay? So remember that.
Ilayya. Nice to me.
To me. You won't notice it first. What I used to do is like, one time I just read the Quran and I would just read like 3 ayahs and then I would go back and read the English. So that's why I can read. And I basically I would just say, okay, this word matches this word. This word matches. And I did that for like, I forget how many juz I did. I don't think I did the whole Quran, but I did it for a number of juz. And if you do that, then you can, like, when you're going back and reading it, then you're like, okay, it's like a jigsaw. Think about it as like a jigsaw puzzle. Every time you do it, the more jigsaw pieces you're fitting. Oh yeah. All right, let's go down the next row. Fi, he. Instead of fi who, it's gonna be because there's a ya, right? So ya with a sukoon. So when it joins to the who, it's fi he. Fi. Next one, fi hima, fi him, fiha, fihima, fihinna, fika, fikuma, fikum, fiki, fikuma, fikunna, fiya, fina, fiya, and fina. Okay. I'll email the answer sheets. Do you have the answer? Okay. I'll email to the rest of you. So, but you should write these. This is actually the homework. If you're not doing it right now, then do it at home.
Yes.
All right. Ala. Let's go down. Alayhi.
عليه
Say yeah, right? Alayhi. Alayhima. Alayhim. Alayha. Alayhima. Alayhinna. Alayka. Alaykuma. Alaykum. Alayki. Alaykuma. Alaykunna. Alayya. Alayna. Alayna, right? ربنا something with there's a dua with علينا. Okay? ربنا لا تؤاخذنا إن نسينا أو أخطأنا ربنا ولا تحمل علينا إصرا كما حملته على الذين من قبلنا. Okay? عليا, so that's important. So the fi with ya is fiya. Ila with ya is ilayya. And ala with ya is alayya. Okay, so remember that. Any questions? I wanted to do the rest of lesson 10, but I guess I can do it. Give it as homework. That's the good thing about teacher. I can homework. But I don't have to do any of the work, right? With what? When they join? With this rule? With yeah. But so the zarf. So you asked, is ma'a is a zarf and inda is a zarf, right? They both mean with, but in different contexts. So tahta, fawqa, you can join these with that, like fawqa, walladhina. Allah says walladhina taqaw fawqahum. So if there's a zarf with the ya, the same thing applies, but the zarf are gonna have can be added to these. Allah says walladhina taqaw fawqahum yawm al-qiyamah, and the people who have taqwa, fawqahum, above them is the day of judgment. Meaning, like they act in the dunya as if like the day of judgment is right over their heads. It's about to come down on them. Fawqahum. Let's go to lesson 10. So one thing. Go to the end of the dialogue on lesson 10. I just read through it on Monday, but I want to clarify something. So, adverb. Sorry, what were you saying? Go to the line where Muhammad says, "Na'am li akhun wahid." That line. Okay. So this is actually the preposition li, right? So let's. It's not in that. So what's to him? So this is for li, and we said this can also be la. Right? So in this case, when it's attaching, it's going to be mostly la. So for who it's going to be lahu, and then for keep going lahu ma, and then lahum for to them, and then la ha, and then la huma, and then lahunna, and then how does it to you? Laka, and then to you too, lakuma, and then lakum, and then to you female, laki, lakuma, lakunna. Okay, how do you say to me? So instead of, because this is a la or li, it doesn't really matter. Why? Because um, the ya mutakallim is going to drag it down anyway. So it's going to be li. Okay, so it doesn't matter if it's la or li. The ya mutakallim brings it down to li. No, not really. No. So and then when you go to us, you go back to the la. Lana. I don't remember when I was laka. Oh, what do you say after you get up from ruku'? سمع الله لمن حمده ربنا لك الحمد right ربنا لك الحمد ربنا O our Lord to you is what's hamd praise right to you is the praise so laka comes first and that's what I wanted to point out that in these sentences like it says that dialogue it says li akhun so in this case akhun comes after li alhamdu comes after laka so this is something with la it usually precedes the subject so the sentence is a brother to me or basically I have a brother to me but you're saying the brother after and you're saying to you is the praise where's your subject the praise right okay ignore rabbana for now lakal hamd so what are you talking about the praise okay the praise is your mubtada or your subject and then subject and what are you telling me about the praise it belongs to Allah or to sorry to you okay? So this is your predicate so that's why usually for li for the preposition li the sometimes or it's better if it precedes the subject okay so that's why it says li akhun I have a brother Rabbana wa lakal hamd is right so yeah that's another way I just use this variation but yeah I think the hadith or the dua is Rabbana wa lakal okay so the other thing I wanted to mention so it says na'am li akhun wahidun what's wahidun in this case
One.
one but what is it grammatically li akhun wahidun adjective right it's what's it modifying or what's it describing akhun right so it's the same gender the same case akhun wahidun I have one brother we're on 55 in the new book I don't know what نعم لي أخ واحد okay أسامة اسمه أسامة what does اسمه أسامة mean
Name.
is
Name is Usama.
his name is أسامة وهو معي هنا he is
With
me he is with me
me. Okay.
okay so معي is a ظرف it's an adverb for place okay so you can say هو معي he is with me okay can you say هو عندي it's not correct so عندي is most is used with objects right so if you say عندي سيارة I have a car right so the عند is going to be used mhm. They use عند but you can use sometimes it's going to be you can use ma'a too in that case but for the general rule is عند is going to be with things or owning or owning things but not possessing them. So I can say عندي let's say I have a computer, not computer. I have a fridge at home, right? I have a fridge. I mean عندي ثلاجة, right? عندي ثلاجة, but is it with me? Is it with me right now? So I can't say معي. Yeah, so I can, but if I have, but I have a watch, right? ساعة. I can say عندي ساعة وهي معي, and it is right here. It's with me. So they can be used interchangeably, but عند is if you have something that you own, thing you own, that's where you're going to use it. And so if I can ask you, brother Afnan, عندك ثلاجة? Do you have a refrigerator?
نعم.
نعم. How do you say I have a fridge?
لا
I have, so basic I have just translates to عندي, with me, or I own, or oh yeah, with me. عندي ثلاجة, عندي ثلاجة, or ثلاجة عندي, but it's more correct to say عندي ثلاجة.
So in commission, in the commission,
عندي قميص, I have a shirt. Right? And then لا, لا,
aslat.
لا or li is going to be used for people.
There's an example for the next page. There's an example. لا ما عندي
ما
سيارة.
عندي, right? So use عندي for a car. But I wouldn't say عندك أخ. If I want to ask, do you have a brother? I don't say عندك أخ. I'm going to say ألك أخ. So لا is going to be used for people. So if I say ألك أخ, ألك أم, ألك أب, that's going to be, do you have a brother? Do you have a mother? Do you have a, yeah. Is this like some, that's what you have to use. So, but the general rule is, yeah. So, yeah, he is for people. But so if you say, do you have a dog? You would say, عندك كلب.
What's the conclusion then? Inda is used by
Generally, is used if you're asking someone if they have something, or if you're telling someone I have something. Right? I have $100. عندي $100. I would say عندي. With things, I'm going to say عندك. Okay? Or do you عندك $10? Do you have $10? Okay? But لا, I'm going to use for people. Do you have a brother? ألك أخ?
So we ask like we have the son.
There's a different question. But you can, if you go up to someone and say عندك ساعة, they'll think like you're trying to buy their watch. They're trying to borrow a watch. All right. Yeah, we have 2 minutes, but let's finish reading this sentence. وهو معي. So معي is in this case used with me, right? So he's physically present with me, and that's why it's معي, not. هنا في المدينة المنورة. He's with me here in the Medina. Okay. ولي أخت means ولي أخت واحدة, and لي لي أخت واحدة. I have one sister. So again, you use li before. Literally, it means a sister to me, or sister belongs to me. But you're saying li أخت واحدة. اسمها زينب. Her name is Zainab. وهي في العراق مع زوجها. What does that mean? She is in Iraq with her husband. Good. زوجها مهندس. Her husband is a engineer. Okay, again, the mubtada and khabar is reversed. Actually, no, in this case, no. It's right. So, زوجها, the subject is her husband, and the predicate is a engineer. Let's just read the last 2 lines again. أختun is sister. So, how do you say my sister? أختي. Right? So, you say, yeah. Last 2 lines. So this is the عند point. So if you're asking someone if they have a car, if they have a house, if they have whatever, you're going to use عند. عندك سيارة يا أخ يا أخي. Right? So and then the last point you said ما عندي means I don't have. So ما is negation. ما عندي. Or how do you say I don't have a brother? you're gonna use li in this case. Ma li akhun. Ma li akhun. I don't have a brother. How do you say I don't have a pen? Ma ما عندي قلم. ما عندي قلم. How do you say ما is for negation. I don't, yeah, you don't something. It's going to be used in verbs too. Um, but usually, so the ma has different uses, right? So ma can be what as a question. Um, this is the same thing, but what in a sentence without a question. Or it can mean negation. So la is just no, um, but la can be used in sentences too. We're gonna actually, yeah, it comes up later when to use la and when to use ma, specifically with verbs. But you wouldn't say la indi akhun. You wouldn't say that. You always say ma. So for nominal sentences, use ma for negation. That's a verb, right? Uqsim is a verb. No, nay, I swear. Nay, I swear. So you can use la. You use la and ma for verbs, but for now, for nominal sentences, stick with ma. Ma indi, ma indaka. You don't have blah blah. All right, let's. Ma indi sayaratun. I don't have a car. Indi darajatun means I have a bike. Hamzatu indahu sayyarah. Hamza, he has a car. Okay. All right. So the homework, I'm gonna give it. All right. So if you didn't write all of these, write them, and I'll email the answers. And then you wanna do exercise. Actually, most of these are just repetitive. I don't want to get busy with. But okay, do exercise 7, or sorry, no, exercise 8. Yes. So write all of the. So it lists like Baytun, Baytuka, Baytuhu, Baytuha, Bayti. They just use 5, right? But read and write these 5 sentences below. So the 5 sentences. The first one is Abi wa Ummi fil Bayti. That's the one. So you want to read those 5 sentences and write them. Okay?
With the words, just read and write.
Read and write them. Yes. Sorry, what? Yeah, اقرأ. It's explaining the use of ma'a with, but I just want you to read and write those last 5 sentences, number 1 through 5.
What is those words for?
What words?
Right to that.
They're just explaining how to use abu and akhun. So abuhu, abuka, you put a waw in it. And we said those are exceptions. Okay, jazakallahu khair. Assalamu alaikum.